Made it. Caloosahatchee River. Alright, so I returned to Rotary Park and I'm going to check some of the off-road dirt trails that Bridget didn't want to join me on. And we're going to do a little exploring back here. Really don't know what to expect out here. We're not on a paved boardwalk trail anymore, so don't know what's going to jump out at us. What kind of wildlife we have around here. Opens up to a big field. So the ground is not too bad to walk on. It's pretty dry, at least in this area. Chasing the butterfly. Look at that, way out in the distance. There's another lookout tower. You have to get over there. Check that out. Well, there's quite a few crisscrossing paths in here. I guess you could get lost if you're not paying attention. Trail's pretty narrow in some spots. This is odd. A little circular area. It's like it was mowed. Either that or a UFO landed. Lots of punji sticks. Not really dressed for it. You think you're coming to the end of the trail and it opens up again. Lack of any signs and points of reference. You can get lost in here, I think. So it is comforting to know that the phone has a GPS built into it. So on my left here, you get much larger trees. Looks like a type of pine trees. A lot thicker woods. And up ahead, I believe we are walking towards the Caloosahatchee River. I could see, I believe it's the Weston over on the right, just above the tree lines. So we're walking towards the water. All right, there's another branch in the trail. Cuts off here to the left, and it looks like to be a clearing that way. We're getting a change in the foliage here. Trail is getting borderline annoying and impassable. I wouldn't say impassable, but annoying. All right, we open up a little bit here. I highly recommend good shoes for this hike. Okay, we're back to a well-trodden path. These little punji sticks, as I'm calling them, are not too bad to walk through. You just sort of trudge right through them. More spiders. I wish I really had a stick that I could use and wave in front of me. All right, this will work. This trail has certainly turned to the left, and now I'm walking along the edge of the river, I guess. Don't know how far out it is. I could hear some boats, but it's a good ways out. So this trail must just skirt along the edge. It's still dry, the trail. I'm not stepping in any puddles of water. This is more than I bargained for. Yeah, I found a couple spots like this where it looks like they clear it. Yeah, they're definitely clearing this with a weed whacker of some sort. And looks like a quad was in here. Maybe the park rangers, whoever maintains it. So if you like to do some bushwhacking and walk through spiders, then this is the trail for you. Okay, did quite a long walk. It seems like we're circling back around to civilization, coming up to a clearing. I've seen these streamers. This is the second marker I've seen here. It's interesting. Not sure what that's for, but it leads to this trail. I'm going to take a look on the GPS and see where we're standing in relation to the park. Alright, so there is another trail that leads off in the back of this clearing. This clearing has 1, 2, 3, 4 junctions, 4 branches to these trails. I don't think I'm going to walk up the whole way here, but that seems pretty well established. This looks like it goes through the pines, so it'll be a little less rustic this way. But let's try the other trail out. Continue along the perimeter. Alright, we're coming out to the end of this trail. There's somebody's backyard right there. There's a pool and a house right there. So there's a trail that goes right towards the waterfront and then to the left, which I'm guessing behind this row of houses. So I think these trails are used primarily by the residents. But let's walk this way a little bit. Maybe they have a cut that goes back to the beach. Alright, we're definitely getting a change of scenery. And do you see what I see? Water. Boats. Oh, somebody's house is just here to the left. But this looks like an accessible beach. Alright, wow, look at all these coconuts. Lots of coconuts here. Made it. Caloosahatchee River. There's the houses to the left, their dock. Well, this is what I was hoping to find. I just didn't know you had to walk this far for it. There's some people fishing there. Head out that way, that's going towards the miserable mile that we hear so much about, boaters around these areas. So apparently this is called Piney Point. Maybe because there's pine trees here? I don't know. Water feels nice though. You have your typical brown coffee colored Caloosahatchee River water. Lots of shells, like oyster shells. Alright, now we gotta find our way back. Beware of falling iguana. Haven't seen any up there. Actually, haven't seen any wildlife at all on this hike. Besides spiders. It certainly helps to have a good sense of direction in here, or a good GPS. Alright, we're back to the clearing, backtracked a little bit, and we're going to take the only viable trail. Appears to be this one here that goes into these pines. I tried out one of these small offshoots, but didn't go anywhere. So this is heading back towards the main portion of the park. I just took a look at the map and we are a long distance from Rotary Park. So let's see where this takes us. This is pretty neat. The pines are so thick. Wonder what's living in there. And it doesn't appear to be much of a trail in here. Alright, it gets too thick that way, so we're going to go back to our trail and follow the orange streamer. Okay, we're finally almost getting out to the main trail. If there's a miserable mile of trails, I've certainly found it. Alright, we're back to a clearing that came through earlier, where the lookout tower was seen out in the distance. I'm going to take the trail over to the lookout tower now. Alright, we made it back. All the way to H. You get to see interesting things like this. I guess you could come up here and then do some sort of wildlife observing. Dried up muddy bog. Okay, so you could easily get turned around in here and lost. There's pathways going everywhere. So we just came that way, and it looks like the main trail is here, and here's one of the posts. Well, these trails are certainly a lot more interesting. A little rocky, some inclines. At least I'm not cutting my shins on twigs and branches and walking through spiders. Okay, we made it to the lookout tower. We went all the way out past those trees, about a mile away. Here's the houses down the perimeter of the park. Here's the pavilion at the park. Here's the Westin. In the distance. Covered a lot of real estate today. Time to head back. There you go. We've come full circle now. Alright, that's it. There's your hike at Rotary Park, off the beaten path. Well, I hope you enjoyed the trip. I'm going to get myself a nice drink of water, and I'll see you next time for the next adventure.